Baseball. Hi.
Baseball.
Max Kepler. We'll get into Max Kepler and everything. Welcome back to the .NETPHILLIES podcast.
Why are you sitting like that? Why are you so uptight? You okay?
Okay.
Let's go. Loosen up.
Well, this arm's a little fucked up, so maybe not.
Whatever.
I'm surprised I haven't said the other podcast yet. Mind you, it has been 2 episodes, but I have a feeling
It's common.
Pause.
Probably like mid
June.
You're
Yeah. Welcome back to the 52.
Oh no!
But yeah, welcome back to the. I almost just said it right there.
Yeah, you did.
To the .NETPHILLIES podcast, and just a little reminder, because people will be like, "Well, why didn't you post last week?" This show is bi-weekly. It is bi-weekly. Shut the fuck up.
I didn't even.
I saw the fucking look in your eyes,
didn't even
dude.
know anything.
Meaning these episodes come out every other week. So
You don't think people know what bi-weekly means? We have an intelligent audience,
we do have a very intelligent audience,
especially Liam.
Especially Liam. I like
I
Liam.
love Liam.
But before we get into anything, can we put Owen on blast real quick? I want to make sure if he watches this that it's immediate that
What are we blasting him for?
his horrible take that he had today
I don't
about
know.
a certain wrestler.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
So John, you're a wrestleman.
Yeah, I was at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah. I used to watch it. I respect it.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm not a wrestling hater. There is a certain wrestler that you and I are very big fans of Rhea Ripley. I mean,
Just
she's
a great talent.
just a great talent. She's great. She's champ. Mommy. Yeah, that's her nickname. We're not calling her that. Full disclosure, Ashlyn Beck. We're not calling her that.
No. Why would we?
Now to completely erase everything. She's attractive.
Yeah.
She's a good looking woman. I love you, Ashlyn. I'll say I love you to your wife.
She knows I love her.
Okay. Hey.
Hey.
Good for you. Justin Crawford just tripled down the right field line. Anyway,
He's good.
he's very good at baseball. And Owen, friend of the other podcast, has appeared on a couple episodes. Shut the fuck up. He said he's out.
He's out. Yeah.
He doesn't think she's attractive at all, which is just a bad take.
I think he's afraid of the unknown.
I think he is very, very. She beat him up.
Oh yeah.
I'd be fine with
it. Yeah. You know what? Fine. Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So we just had to address that right off the rip, Lee.
Oh. Stupid.
To make sure that Owen, because he watches every episode very intently.
Somebody has to.
I sure shit ain't anybody else. But so we had to address that. Now, in today's episode, John, we actually have baseball games to talk about. Baseball. Yeah, we have baseball games to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about them.
Well, first of all,
yes.
Happy birthday, Zero.
Happy birthday, Zero.
The good boy.
I knew that's why you wore that hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, happy birthday, Christine. You know who you are. I think she watches this.
Somebody else's birthday was today, right? I don't remember.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep. Moving on.
Birthdays are over.
In today's episode, we're just going to talk about the Phillies. They won the opening series down in DC.
Yep.
We also got one game of Colorado, and for some reason we have off today. I think that was kind of planned. That if they got rained out,
It's beautiful today.
it is gorgeous today. So we're just got 4 games to talk about. Kind of a lighter episode compared to what is expected.
Usually we're going to have multiple series completed. Stuff
exactly.
like that, yeah.
Now, we're still trying to. Obviously, we know what we want to talk about, but we're still trying. Yes, basically,
Yeah.
We're still trying. The first couple episodes are just kind of us getting into our flow because I was looking back at our other podcast. It took us until week 5 to really get into our rhythm of everything. So. Bear with us here. Like I said, it's very unlike what I used to do when I did the show on my own.
When it was boring.
Shut the
Because
fuck
I wasn't here.
Shut up.
Admit it.
No, it wasn't boring.
Admit it.
It was very educational.
Okay. Intern.
Boring. You gonna tell your wife, the educator, that?
Yes, I would.
Okay, fine. No, fair enough. Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Dude, remember when it...
Yes, I do. You want to recreate it? Watch this.
But baseball, John, go.
Yeah, they won the series against the Nets. Zach Wheeler, holy shit.
He is so bald.
Well, he's so bald, but he's so good, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
like this dude.
Pull up his stat line. Just continue.
I just don't understand how he hasn't won a Cy Young yet. He's just so good.
Don't fucking piss me off.
What do you get? What was it? 8 strikeouts?
It was 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts.
Yeah. Obviously, the offense sputtered a little bit.
Well,
13
strikeouts, and then we learned after in the interview, the post-game interview with Alec Boehm, that shadows played a big part into that. You can't really pick up the spin, and the same thing goes for the Nationals.
Yeah, I think they go hand in hand. Yeah,
and I think it might have been, I don't want to say easier, but you're facing Zach Wheeler. Like, Mackenzie Gore is he's slider, curveball, a lot of spin on his ball, whereas Wheeler's like, here's 98 right down the deck.
He's also very good.
Mackenzie Gore is very good, yes.
And then Bryce Harper put one in the seats.
Yes, he
as
did.
He does.
So John and I, we were watching it at work.
Yeah.
Or not watching it at work. No, we would never do anything like that. But they were talking about the Stump the Fans trivia quiz. They're back, which I'm so happy about.
Yes.
Because growing up, I know you were probably like 30 when it was around the first time. Growing up, it was like really cool to get the trivia and stuff. So it's back. They were talking about how many home runs has Bryce Harper hit on opening day. It was 5, and then almost 2 pitches later, hit one dead center field.
I think it was the next pitch.
He was dead center field.
The timing was just impeccable.
It's almost like Nick Castellanos timing right there. We'll get to Casty, don't worry.
And then Schwarber.
Good job, Kyle. Good job, Kyle.
Okay. I think one thing we do need to touch on is trying to turn these fucking singles into doubles. Can we just take it?
You're referring to Bryce.
I'm referring to Bryce and Kyle.
Yeah, that was dumb.
What are you doing?
Dude, especially because Dylan Cruz played. He's
got a fucking cannon.
He played in like 30 games. He was second in the National League in outfield assist in like a third of the games.
Dying.
You can take a drink.
I just puked everywhere.
But yeah, it'd be funny. No, don't do it in my room.
Do it like downstairs.
Yeah,
right for Sonny.
And then leave.
Freak him out.
Yeah. So yeah, I just and obviously like, look, it's the first 4 games. They're trying to be aggressive, and
no, I'm not taking that as an answer. They did this shit all last year too. Especially, I love Bryce Harper. I love you, but he can't keep doing this. He can't just keep getting passes for this shit, dude. Run the bases right.
Yes, but are you complaining when it works out? I even feel like he stretches out. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, if he was safe on that, I'd probably be like, all right, cool.
Dumb,
but what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, it drives me insane.
Another big story, the base running, they're going to be who they are. I mean, that's just the reality of it at this point.
But at some point, Topper's got to be like, yo.
Stop it.
Run the bases. That was... Okay, I could see Kyle's. a little bit more like...
Yeah, it hit the wall.
It hit the wall. He just wasn't quick enough to get around the base.
It took a perfect throw from Dylan Cruz, and it was and
it was close. But, like, for Bryce's, it was a single all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
It was a single all day.
I'm playing devil's advocate. I agree with you. Just full disclosure. I think he's thinking he's going to come up, toss it over to second. But I don't think guys look at Bryce Harper running the bases and they're going to leisurely throw it in. They're always going to come up high.
What was that? And Bryce was flying around to the first base line. So they knew he was pulling for second.
Yeah.
Because, like, if he was just going to first, it would have been a run, but not sprinting out of the box like that.
Yeah. So just kind of go game by game here. Game 1 with Wheeler, Mackenzie Gore, kind of a pitcher's duel. Keibert Ruiz murdered us during that series, and we'll talk about another guy who's murdered us for fucking feels like forever. But yeah, it just gave up a mistake, and then you had the Harper homer, Schwarber homer. They killed the Nationals bullpen that entire series.
Correct.
Which is not very good. The Nationals bullpen, not very good. And then you get on to game 2. You had Jesus Luzardo making his Phillies debut.
Very handsome.
Phillies are just fucking
Yeah,
handsome. You
what's
don't know who
going
else
on?
is handsome?
Yeah, he's pretty handsome.
Max Kepler, good looking dude. But Ashlyn said, so we were watching a game last year, and it was when the Phillies were playing the Twins, and Kepler was playing. She's like, "Oh, he's not ugly," and I'm like, "Oh, what's she think of me?"
She probably thinks you're pretty.
Watch it. I don't want to have to bleep anything, you fucking asshole. So, yeah, Luzardo, 5 innings, 11 strikeouts. Oh, and I want my fucking money.
Oh yeah, for the parlay that he hit, but he added multiple legs to it.
I want my money. I told him to do that.
That's not how that works.
That's exactly.
So you're telling me right now, if your bet for Chris Sanchez hits,
Mhm.
you're gonna give me some money because it was my take?
I'll give you like $10.
Idiot.
You said, are you going to give me money? I said, yeah, like $10.
Whatever.
I'll give you what I bet.
Anyway, yeah, he looked good.
The thing is, and I think Phillies fans are going to develop this with Jesus Luzardo. He is not a guy that is going to be like a Zach Wheeler or like a Chris Sanchez, where it's like, good afternoon, or like the morning, good afternoon, good night, smell you later. He is going to be a guy that's going to work the zone. He's going to paint the corners.
Yep.
He's going to try to trick you. Like, he's a very different pitcher to what the Phillies have in terms of the left side. Yep. Obviously, Sanchez is developing into that power pitcher, sitting 97 with his sinker, a 98 with his fastball. So, but we'll get to Sanchez in a little bit. But Jesus Luzardo is that guy, and he's still a very raw talent, in my opinion. Obviously he came up with the A's. Do you want to know a little fact? They mentioned it on the broadcast. Who drafted Jesus Luzardo?
Who drafted him? You said he came up with the A's.
Mm-hmm. He was not drafted by the A's.
I was going to say, not the A's then. I don't know.
It was the Nationals.
Oh, okay.
The Nationals drafted Luzardo, traded him over to the Athletics for Sean Doolittle.
Who doesn't do anything for me.
He was a very intricate part of the World Series run in 2019.
That doesn't do anything for
Sorry. And then obviously traded over to the Marlins. And I hated that move as a Phillies fan when the A's traded to the Marlins. The A's traded Jesus Luzardo, who still had like 5 years of control left, for a rental in Starling Marte.
Does that surprise you?
Kind of.
Bad franchises make bad moves.
Yeah,
that's why it's a bad franchise.
Yeah, fair enough. But Jesus Luzardo, I was so excited when they traded for him, and like this is kind of what I expected. Where, he's going to tinker with things. Is he going to? He's not going to be like Zach Wheeler or Chris Sanchez, but he's going to more so be like Nola, where we'll get to him. Where Nola kind of cruises a little bit, kind of gets into trouble, but is able to work out of it, kind of.
Where does he usually get in trouble at?
The fucking Rav 4th inning. It's always the fucking Rav 4th inning. I gotta look up his career ERA.
It's bad. It's bad.
It's bad.
One thing I want to talk about Game 2 is, hey, Chase. Bryson Stott, he's actually really good. Call that out. Ripping Bryson Stott before the game. He stinks.
What did Bryson Stott do that game?
What did he go?
3 for 4.
3 for 4, double,
Homer.
A single, and a homer, right?
Yeah, he did.
And he had a walk in there, didn't he?
He did have a walk in there. Oh, no, maybe it was 3 for 3. No, 3 for 4, a walk. I don't know. I forget. Very good at baseball, Bryson Stott.
So good at baseball. And if he can just up that power a little bit from last year, because we know he was hurt last year.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he even said post-game, that's a ball he does not get to last year.
Right.
He was able to golf that one over the wall and just working great at bats.
Yes.
And honestly, look past Game 1, because I really feel like Game 1 is more of an anomaly than what it is with status quo. The Phillies have worked very good counts this early on in the season, especially Nick Castellanos. He's walked like 5 times.
I mean, look, I'm going to give you the default Philly guy answer.
Yeah.
We'll see what it looks like in October.
Yeah.
See what it looks like in October,
Joe.
Like seriously though, because like fucking Castellanos, he'll do this in the beginning of the season, and then he gets impatient and he'll be swinging at fucking
once you get into the dog days of summer. Yeah, I get it. But early goings.
Sure.
I'm taking the good with the good.
Sure.
Speaking of good with the good, Brandon Marsh had a dinger in this game. Worked some good ABs. Had 3 hits off a lefty, which I didn't think was allowed. I know you think he's a 4th outfielder, which is a very bad thing.
Why?
Bad take.
Why? Why is it a bad take?
I literally just explained it to you.
Well, you didn't explain it on here.
I quite literally, yes, I did.
Okay, explain his game to me.
What do you mean?
In game 2, he had 3 hits. You said
3 hits, dinger, all off lefties.
Okay, what did he do in game 1?
I don't know. I was working.
Nothing.
I was working.
What did he do in game 3?
Some of us had to work.
What did he do in game 3?
What the whole offense do in game 3?
Nothing. What did he do last night?
He had a couple hits, didn't he?
I don't think so. He is a 4th outfielder.
Who on this roster are you putting instead of Marsh?
Nobody. We've had this conversation multiple times.
If he's a 4th outfielder, John, who is the guy that is replacing
What
him?
I'm saying is if the Phillies want to go to where they want to go, Marsh is not a starting outfielder. If you're going to build this roster the way you want it to, he is your 4th outfielder. He is the Sosa of the outfield, which that would be a significant upgrade from Rojas. Agree or disagree? Agree or disagree? Okay, you put Kyle Tucker in center field.
We don't have Kyle Tucker.
Hypothetically, would you rather have Kyle Tucker or Brandon Marsh?
Well, I have Brandon Marsh.
Would you rather have Kyle Tucker or Brandon Marsh?
I have Brandon Marsh. And Kyle Tucker doesn't play center field. Corner outfield.
He could play center field.
No.
Yes, he could.
Let me do some digging, John. Keep talking. Stupid.
You frustrate me.
Because I'm making good points out here.
You want to hear a hot take? You want to get John's hot takes early?
Sure.
Who did you mention right in the beginning of the podcast? When you subtly checked your watch.
Rhea Ripley?
No, when you subtly checked your watch and said,
Justin Crawford.
He will be the starting outfielder in center field in the first playoff game.
Fielding logs.
What are you doing?
I'm looking up how many games he started in center field.
Boring.
Let me see. Position. I don't know. I don't know how to look it up. Anyway.
Who cares? Okay, would you rather have Justin Crawford or Brandon Marsh?
Brandon Marsh.
No, absolutely.
Brandon Marsh has proven he can hit Major League pitching. How many times have we seen guys... Look at Joe Adele on the fucking Angels. The guy rakes in AAA, comes up to the majors and fucking stinks.
Okay.
We know Brandon Marsh can hit, and they're both lefties anymore. We know Brandon Marsh can hit Major League pitching. We do not know.
How was he against lefties last year? I'm just curious. I'm just asking for a friend.
They didn't play him against lefties, John.
They did in the beginning of the season.
It wasn't good.
Okay.
And what is he doing this year? What have you done for me recently?
Okay, you got 3 hits in 1 game. What has he done the other?
All against lefties.
What has he done the other 3 games?
I don't know, John. I haven't
really got the stats, damn it.
That's something we're going to work on. We will have stats next time. We were
I probably won't have stats. You're the stats guy. You're the baseball guy. I got the stats for football. I got the stats for football.
Oh, trust me. I got some stats for you,
Dude, I'm going to rip you a new ass. You know I am.
Got some stats for you,
Anyway, on a winning World Series team, Brandon Marsh is not a starting player.
Wrong.
What? Why?
Why not? Why? Why not?
He cannot hit lefties. He cannot do it. And he is an average center fielder.
That I agree with you, yes. He is much better in left field than he is in center field.
Okay.
But we have Max Kepler.
Yeah, the guy you said was going to be DFA'd in July.
John's taking one thing I said fully out of context. Full disclosure, Max. I know he's a fan of the show.
Yeah, and if you want a real Max Kepler believer, it was me. Because I didn't say you're going to be DFA'd.
Actually, it was Sean.
Yeah, well, Sean.
Sean was on that train pretty early.
Was on that train.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
Shout out to Sean, not my brother, different Sean.
Different Sean. Good dude.
Very good dude. Friend of the program, maybe. I don't know.
He might. But...
He definitely might be. Future guest, probably.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Cool. He's a good dude.
Good time.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Anyway,
I'm in.
Okay, and Sean, future guest on the
That'd be cool.
podcast. Yeah, there you go.
We can interview him. That'd be a lot of fun.
That would be a lot of fun.
You would throw like all the hard hitting questions, and I would just throw them like a
baseball,
like just something like wild.
What do you think about Bryce Harper? But okay, moving on to Game 3. Game 3, getaway day, Nola day, and Nola did exactly what Aaron Nola does, which is cruise for 3 innings, and then that little ref 4th inning comes knocking at the door.
Josh Bell.
And Josh Bell is inevitable. You know, I said to myself, When
He cranks him,
when
dude.
Josh Bell stepped up, I'm like, he hasn't done anything. There it is.
Well, it was 2 quick outs in the 4th inning, if I'm remembering correctly. And I looked right up at Beck, who was playing with Lincoln. I said, this is it. Josh Bell's going to hit a dinger. She goes, no, be more positive. 3 seconds later, it's in the seats, and I'm like, God damn it.
He just wasn't. He was sitting only like 92, and that's typical for Nola. Typical for Nola. He kind of ramps up as the season goes on. You know who else does that? A very good pitcher that does that?
Mason Miller.
No, he's all gas, no brakes.
I love that guy.
Justin Verlander.
I don't think we should compare Aaron Nola to Justin Verlander.
No, but I'm saying he does that same thing where early on in the season he's sitting like 9. Obviously for Verlander he throws like 98. He's sitting like 94 and then dials it up when it matters most. But
Liam asked me today, would you rather Jose Altuve or Bryson Stott?
Bryson Stott.
Why?
Well, Jose Altuve is like 35 years old.
And he's also like 4'11".
What's wrong with that?
Sorry, did I offend you?
We are the same height, John.
Nah.
We are the same. Yeah, we're the same height, 6'2".
Yeah.
So, just frustrating game all the way around. Offense was just leaving ducks on the pond. And that could accumulate to a lot of things. You kind of had your B lineup out there. Obviously, Trey has been hurt. He might play tomorrow.
He'll probably play tomorrow.
Probably play tomorrow. JT was... Oh, God.
One thing. Gonna throw up.
Yeah, please don't.
One thing I want to touch on, too, is one thing I appreciated about the home opener is obviously the offense was non-existent going into, what was it, the 7th?
And then they just bullied the shit out of the bullpen.
But... the fact that Topper took Trey Turner, had him pinch hit on his day off,
shows a lot.
Shows a lot.
Because he doesn't do that.
He usually doesn't. See, when they brought Trey in for Marsh, I was like, yo, is he going to put Trey at center field?
Oh!
That's where my brain went. And I'm like, oh, that would be
and then they're like, nah. Johan, go out there. I think it's the right move. I think it's
Turner to center field for the playoffs?
I think it's inevitable.
You think so, huh?
Dude, okay.
Can we be honest? He stinks at shortstop.
I don't think that's a hot take at all.
I didn't say it was a hot take.
He's not good at... and we knew that when we signed Trey Turner. We knew he wasn't a good shortstop.
I think that's not true. I think he was an above average shortstop.
I think he was more average.
Okay, but his offense made him above average.
Exactly. Now, his defense is so bad. His offense is very inconsistent. But God,
his walk-up song sucks.
Yeah, his walk-up song does suck. We had a whole discussion about walk-up songs today at work, and the best one is...
Probably Stott.
I was going to say Cult of Personality with Kyle Schwarber.
I disagree. I think Bohm's is great. Obviously, Harper's that one.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, the Bryce.
When you think of Bryce Harper walk-up song, it's that song. I forget what it's called, but I remember 2022 went to a Phils game.
Okay. As one does.
Late in the game, Kyle Schwarber came in to pinch hit.
Yep.
And then you heard like the drums of Cult of Personality come up.
Uh-oh.
Whole crowd, bless you. Whole crowd went crazy. So I would say like that, the Bryce one. Yep, that's a good one. Who sings that one? Are you fucking done?
I hope so.
All right.
I'm telling you, dude, your room kills me.
Shut up. So yeah, offense was just bad. Baseball. Getaway day, it's fine. Everything's fine.
I'm just dying. I'll be all right. I'm play injured here.
Let's talk about last night's game, and then we'll get into the stats that I have.
Last night's game.
Again, more or less the same story. Chris Sanchez made his season debut. It was the home opener. Kind of wheeling and dealing, kind of a pitcher's duel. Offense wasn't really doing much. I'm sorry? Are you saying like, okay.
I got you.
And then you get to that spot with Marsh. You pinch hit Trey Turner. Turner obviously walks. That leads to Edmundo Sosa, which I kind of feel like the Edmundo Sosa RBI double kind of gets overshadowed by the Schwarber, Casty, Kepler home runs.
Well,
I think because it was like immediately. Like Sosa hit that homer, and then 2 pitches later.
It was a double.
Yes, I'm sorry. Sosa hits the 2-run double, and then immediately Schwarber hits the homer.
Yeah, Schwarber sends it to the seats. Well, the thing with Sosa is I feel like every time he has a big spot, he comes up big in those spots. That's why people are like, well, he could be an everyday shortstop. But I think we know he's not.
I mean, dude, he hit like 290 when Trey was out last year.
Yeah.
In like an extended period. It was like 30-plus games.
Yeah. Again, though, it weakens your bench if you take him off the bench.
It does.
You know what I mean?
Considerably.
That's my same argument for Brandon Marsh. Is you're strengthening your bench by pulling Rojas off the bench and putting a better center fielder that can hit righties and lefties and play better defense, and then you have Brandon Marsh out there for days off, injuries. He could play all three positions.
Yeah, he could play right. It's pretty easy. But
And
yeah, no,
Sosa can basically
he's not playing right field. Nick Castellanos, Iron Man,
Well,
staying out there.
Yeah. And Sosa's the same argument. He played third, short, or second.
Yes. So, and then Schwarber homer. He's off to a hot start.
Yes.
4 homers? 3 homers? 3. Yes, 3.
3, yes.
3 homers. Casty homer. Hung a little slider action. I had to make sure, check on my loved ones to make sure everything was okay there. Thank God, bless up. And then Max Kepler.
Yep.
First home run as a Philly. Swing had 3 hits last night.
He did.
Well, crisp.
Yes.
What's your feel on Max Kepler?
I feel like we finally have a established pro player in left field.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
100%.
I think.
Wait, you're telling me Whit Merrifield out in left field didn't do it for you? Sorry.
Okay, here's my exact thoughts. You think Brandon Marsh is Max Kepler. A pro player that can come off, play decent defense, hit both sides of the plate, and is just a good baseball player.
All right, fair.
Brandon Marsh is a good bench player.
No. I disagree.
I make a good point.
I see your point. I'm not trying to distinguish what. I just disagree.
Why?
Because I think he is an everyday fielder. Everything okay?
Jeffrey Lurie says Nick Sirianni extension is coming.
Wait, this isn't. Wrong podcast.
Breaking news.
Beep, 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 beep. Also, not banning Tush Push.
Not yet, anyway. Apparently, they're extending it to May so they can do another vote. Because Jeffrey Lurie, what the hell's his name? Roger Driel doesn't want it in the league, so they're going to fucking dick ride him until it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Anyway, not a football podcast.
Not a football podcast. I like football.
I do like football as well. Super Bowl champs. Bang.
Yeah.
So yeah, so far so good. Again, not a lot to talk about there. I say that as we're recording for 30 minutes, but
yeah.
It's going to be more it's going to be more in depth once we get our flow going and everything like that. But John, I have some stats for you.
I really hope that later in the season, I don't
July.
know. Yeah, maybe around July, Brandon Marsh is an all-star, and they're like, "Oh, Johnson, he's a 4th outfielder."
Oh, I will pull receipts.
And I'll be like, "Oh, fuck."
Oh,
fuck. Well, you know what? That's
Good.
what's best for the Phillies. So
it's my dog.
That was very bad.
That was bad.
What are you doing?
My arm hurts, dude.
All right, pull up your stats.
All right, John.
Start whining some more.
So. You're a big fan of a certain catcher the Phillies have, correct?
Which catcher?
The Phillies' current backup catcher.
I'm not a big fan of him. I think he's better than the old backup, but okay.
Interesting you said that. Okay, so did some digging.
Okay, cool. Let's dig.
One stat that I brought up was I never. So let me make this abundantly clear about my stance on Rafael Marchand.
Go ahead.
Okay, I think he is a good offensive catcher. Okay, I think he swings a good bat. I think he works good counts. I think he has a good control. I do not think he is a good pitch caller, play caller, anything like that. I just don't think he is.
Here we go. Okay.
And I have the stats to back that up.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Do your stats, because you did your research, but I'm going to rip into them, so go ahead.
Okay, so Marchand caught 14 games last year. Okay, while JT was injured.
14 games, okay.
The Phillies in those games were an even 500, 7-7.
Sure. Okay.
Who
did he catch in those 14 games?
Don't worry, I got it. I got
Go.
it. So he caught everybody.
How many times did he catch everybody?
I got it up.
Okay.
Caught everybody. He caught Chris Sanchez for 2 starts.
Okay.
Ranger Suarez for 6 starts.
Okay.
Nola for 2, Wheeler for 4, and Taijuan Walker for 1. So immediately I'm throwing out Taijuan Walker.
And what time of year was this?
This was June.
So this was around when Ranger was getting injured.
This was June, mid-June until it was about a month worth of games.
So around when Ranger got hurt.
No.
Yes. Okay, keep going.
Anyway.
Who do they play in these games?
It was the Red Sox, the Diamondbacks, Red Sox, Diamondbacks, I think the Dodgers. So good offenses.
Okay. Let's keep going.
So in the 2 starts, 11 innings for Chris Sanchez, to a 4.09 ERA.
Okay.
Ranger Suarez, 6 starts, 34 1/3 innings to a 5.54 ERA.
Okay.
Nola, 2 starts, 12 innings to a 4.50 ERA.
Sure.
The anomaly here, because he is an anomaly, is Zach Wheeler, 24 2/3 to a 2.23 ERA. And then the last one was Walker, 4 innings and 9 ERA.
Okay.
It's not good. Just
okay. You have those stats.
I do.
Where are the stub stats?
I actually was going to look that up, and then I completely.
You can't.
Don't want me to bring this to the table?
Okay, you give me the one side of the stats, but then you don't give me the sides to back it up.
I never said that Garrett Stubbs was the better pitch caller. Or no. I agree. Okay, let me make my stance abundantly clear
Is
here.
it me?
Obviously, this is a very pro Garrett Stubbs podcast.
No, it's not.
He's a friend of the program.
No, it's not.
He's a fucking.
No,
He is a friend of the program.
It's
He's a friend of the program.
Find a jersey that fits.
He is a friend of the program. This is a pro Garrett Stubbs podcast, okay?
No,
now,
not.
do I think that
No,
Rafael Marchand long-term is a better catcher? Yes.
Obviously.
I do. I think where Garrett Stubbs succeeds and excels past Marchand is in the pitch calling, in the communication.
Okay, but you're giving me these stats, but you're not telling me what Stubbs did in reference to that. You're giving me one side of it. Stubbs could have been the same exact fucking thing.
I didn't look into it.
Okay, but you're giving me one side.
Yeah. And
Stubbs could have had worse numbers than that.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did. Pull your freaking receipts.
How long you want to be here?
I don't want you to do it.
It took me like fucking an hour to get all that.
We got 2 weeks to wait. Okay, but
Okay, let's table this. We're gonna table this.
No.
Next recording, I'm gonna have receipts out there.
Here's my argument. So let's say
5 earned runs for Aaron Nola when Rafael Marchand called him.
Let's say you're right.
Yeah.
Let's say all the pitchers pitched significantly better with Garrett Stubbs. Let's say that. Okay. Let's say Noah had a 3.0 ERA, and then the rest of them had 2 besides Taijuan Walker, which is like 14.
Taijuan, we throw out.
That.
Him and Wheeler, I feel like for both ends.
Wheeler's like a 1 and he's like a 14.
Exactly.
How old is Garrett Stubbs?
Like 30-something.
How old is Rafael Marchand?
26.
How many major league games has Rafael Marchand caught?
Honestly, I don't know offhand.
Maybe 40? Maybe. How many major league games have Garrett Stubbs called?
A lot.
Give me like a number. Give me probably 5 times that, right?
Sure.
You learn by experience.
So why hasn't Marchand been getting the experience if Garrett Stubbs?
Because fuck it. But when Garrett Stubbs started in the major leagues, Rafael was still in fucking diapers.
No. Oh, I was about to say.
No, your point is so invalid. It's not even funny. One dude is 25. One's in his late 30s.
Not late 30s.
Okay, mid.
You guys are the same fucking age.
No, we're not. How old's Garrett Stubbs?
30.
No, he's 33.
I don't think he's 33.
How old is Garrett Stubbs? He's 31 years old.
Wait, they're playing wiffle ball out there. Should we go out there and fucking like bully them? Throw some 2-seamers at the belt.
Hey, Tom, I'm trying to scare this kid. I love him. No, your point is so... He has...
Hey!
He has multiple years of MLB experience catching games while Rafael Marcel was still in single A, double A, triple A, gaining knowledge to come up to the major leagues.
I have a question. So what happens this season? And I want this on recording. And this goes both ways. What happens when Marchand continues to catch and the pitchers perform poorly?
He's getting a full season to get the
He
experience.
has been with these guys for 5 years, John.
Okay.
5 years.
He has not been with this group for 5 years.
Yes, he has. He made his major league debut in 2020.
And how many
spring training, fucking when they're down in the minors, when he comes up to call games, you're acting like he's a rookie fresh off from fucking college, dude.
Tell me how many games he's caught. Tell me how many games he's caught. Consistently, how many games has he caught? 40, 50?
They just got a loud environment thing.
40, 50. He has not had enough experience in the majors to get this. This is his experience here. This is the year.
What happens if he stinks?
That he stinks. We know Garrett Stubbs stinks.
No!
He doesn't know how to fucking pick up a bat.
Do you understand? And I want all the
Toby.
I blocked it.
You did block it.
I want all of Philadelphia to understand, yourself included. Do you realize how spoiled we've been at the catcher position? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I didn't say
Do
that.
you realize how spoiled we've been at the catcher position, where we expect every catcher that fucking comes up here to hit 280 with 25 10?
Wait. Are you going to clip this?
Maybe.
You're not going to now. Watch.
Do you realize
I
how
ruined his momentum.
fucking spoiled we are to have a catcher to come up and hit 280 with 25 home runs year in and year out? The catcher position, as of recently, is good. You have Cal Raleigh, you have Adley Rutschman, you have Will Smith, whatever. I do like Will Smith as well.
Good.
Yeah, Fresh Prince. Do you realize that the catching position at an offensive standpoint is so rare? We haven't seen a guy like JT Realmuto since Piazza was around. Please argue with me. I'm frothing at the mouth.
Okay. First of all,
yes.
Garrett Stubbs is really bad. Like really bad.
You
know what his best attribute was? Bunting guys over. You know what pitchers used to do when they hit? Bunt guys over. Just saying.
Let's move on before I fucking punch you so.
I would pay. I got like $100 on me. I would give you everything in my wallet if you punch me.
Will there be repercussions?
Yes, there would be
okay.
repercussions. You fucking idiot.
Oh.
Dude, we're getting fired up today.
Yeah, we are. Game 4, baby. Game 4.
It is Tuesday, April 1st, and we are in mid-season form.
Yeah, we are. Let's just start. Fuck you, Taiwan.
Go fucking birds.
Go fucking birds. All right. What do you want to do? We got hot takes. You have a new segment.
Yeah.
Would you like to introduce a segment?
Okay, so, all right. So, who usually call the Phillies games on TV?
It would be Tom McCarthy.
And
one of Ben Davis, Ruben Amaro Jr.
No, not them.
It's John Kruk.
John Kruk.
Our
we
guy.
love John Kruk.
We do.
Everybody loves John Kruk. He is what I call my spirit animal.
Yes.
He says what I am usually thinking, or if I wasn't thinking it, I'm thinking it now. So usually when games are out of hand, whether it be for positive or negative, he just starts going on tangents about random shit. It's a long season. So I proposed we go on a little segment that we call Thoughts by Kruk. So this week on Thoughts by Kruk,
yes,
him and Tom were talking about Nutella.
Yeah. I just had some Nutella. That parfait Matt made me.
Yeah.
It was so good.
He said that,
shout out to Matt.
Tom, I don't understand why I don't like Nutella. It's a chocolate sauce. I don't know what's in it. And Tom said it might be the hazelnut. And he goes, hazelnut, that's it. Yep, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about Nutella?
I'm a Nutella's-man.
You see with me is
I don't like it on its own. I like it in stuff.
I mean, yeah, but like
I already know what's gonna go through your head, so I'm gonna preemptively say shut the fuck up.
What?
At Pliable, dude, you get the acai, you get a little granola, banana, strawberry, A little.
You're stressing me out today. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. A little Nutella glaze on that, dude. Oh, it's so
I've had a
good.
stressful day as is. I don't need your bullshit. All right. If I'm gonna go for like a peanut spread, I'm gonna go peanut butter. Like
I'm a peanut buttersman.
chunky peanut butter's the best.
Mm,
Oh,
that's
dude,
fair.
come
I'm a
on now.
smooth guy.
Come on now. No,
Sorry.
come on now.
Yeah.
Chunky peanut butter's the best.
No.
Get a little crunch in there, you know
I
what I'm saying?
don't like the texture. It freaks me out.
And that was
Thoughts by Croc. How often will
I kind of love that segment.
It is good because then it just opens up a whole nother can of worms. So on to a returning segment from this previous. Jesus Christ. Thanks.
What?
No, because it was work thing. Because I was like, just talk to your parents, and then that was his response.
All right. I was very confused.
Matt's dude of the week. So Matt, friend of the program.
I don't know him, but yes.
Yes. Matt and I went to. We grew up together. He's been on here, and in order to keep his spirit going, he's not dead. He just has a job where he can't do this anymore. He gives me a dude every week because who doesn't love when you're just hanging out with the boys and just remember that player?
Yeah.
Remember that guy? What do you know about Brian Wilson, John?
Absolutely. BJ for short.
What is it?
Did you say Brian Wilson?
Brian Wilson.
Oh. I thought you said Brian Jones.
No.
That's where my brain went. Sorry.
Is he a 9?
I don't know who that is.
So Brian Wilson, obviously Fear the Beard, big guy over in the championship runs for the San Francisco Giants. Let me read you off some stats for Brian Wilson. So he kind of really hit the ground running in the 2010 season. That was the first time that the Giants won the World Series. They obviously beat the Phillies that year in the NLDS.
Not in the World Series. They can't play in the World Series together.
In 2010, dude, 70 games, 48 saves. You know. Thank you, man.
What do you got going on there?
48 saves, 74 2/3 to a 1.81 ERA. Then move on, to a 1.81 ERA. Moving on to took a bit of a step back. 55 innings. He was hurt in 2011. 3.11 ERA. Goes over to the Dodgers. And didn't really have an illustrious career there. 62 innings to a 3.77 ERA. Guy was electric at his peak. Sick beard. Just looked like a closer. Like you look at him and like, that's a closer right there.
Unlike other people that blew a game in 2023 and ruined my life.
I mean, you could pick a name out of it. Are you thinking of 2023 or 2024?
2023. Ruined my life. One of the reasons why I hate you. I hate him.
You want to explain to the people why you hate me, John?
Because you have a stupid blonde ponytail in the back of your head.
I don't know.
Not right now.
No.
I don't hate you as much right now.
Okay. You still hate me, but not as much.
Yeah, not as much.
Yeah. John resents me because a certain guy
Speaking of which, let's go to John's hot takes.
Okay. I was in the middle of a sentence, but okay.
Why in the fuck do we have a fucking pennant, not a pennant flag? Not a pennant flag. A flag up in Citizens Bank Park for 2023.
Yeah. Well,
somebody explain to me what they won in 2023.
Nothing. I agree with you. This is a good take by you.
You didn't win the division. You didn't win the league. And you damn sure didn't win the World Series.
No, so you look at 2022, obviously you win the pennant.
Right.
Last year you win the division. You put up banners for that shit. 2023, you didn't win jack shit.
No.
Congrats, you won a wild card series.
In the division. Whoop-de-doo, and then you blew a lead in Arizona and fucking lost the series.
Yeah. I'm going to get mad.
You were there.
I was there for Game 7. Yeah.
It was your fault.
I remember, I think I've told this story on the pod, but in case I didn't, I'll rehash it. So obviously I went down for Game 3 of the NLCS. Or excuse me, Game 4, or 7, Jesus Christ. Game 7 of the NLCS, the game clincher. And I was a little tuned up.
I was going to take back. I think she was pregnant.
I was a little tuned up at the time, so I kind of came to the realization that the Phillies are probably going to lose in like the 5th inning.
Yeah.
And the rant that I had on the walk back to my buddy's apartment, all-timer.
Should have recorded it.
I should have. I went, these fucking and that fucker Craig fucking Kimbrell fucking coming in with his stupid arm and fuck. Oh, dude, I was very mad, and thank God I didn't say anything bad right there because I thought I was going to. Great save by me, but
Sometimes
yes,
you get there.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
We had to bleep it out a couple times.
Yeah. Not today.
Not today. Good take by you. Until now.
Oh.
Why am I doing that? I'm the one who fucking has to.
Yeah, you're the one that's gonna bleep it out. But that's really the only hot take I had. I mean, I think Justin Crawford will be on the major league roster. Will be the starting center fielder in the playoffs. But I think that's just a prediction, not a hot take.
Fair enough. Now look ahead. You got the rest of the Colorado series, which is a toss-up. You have the Doyers.
Yeah.
Dodgers coming to town. They're probably going to beat the shit out of the Phillies. And then you go down to Atlanta.
It'll be fun.
3-game series down in Atlanta.
What's his face back yet? Acuna?
No, he's not going to be back till May.
What about Strider?
Also.
Where's his sister's pants?
All-timer. Then you take a pit stop over in St. Louis. And then that will be the next time. Or no, then you have the Giants. They come here. Miami.
Gabe Kapler.
Here. Gabe no longer. And then you have the Mets. And that second Mets game is when we would record next. So the upcoming opponents, the rest of the Rockies, the Dodgers, Braves, Cardinals, Giants, Marlins, and the Mets.
Look at that. We're going to have a ton to talk about.
Yes, a lot to talk about. So this episode a little lighter than usual, but all in all, a great time. How did we close this out? Baseball.
Nah, that's not it. That's how we started.
Go Phils?
No.
Something we getting to work on. Thank you for watching. We love you.
Not a Pro Garrett Stubbs podcast.
End. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Very much.
We end it. Stop talking.
Very
end.
Pro Garrett.
End.
Pro Garrett. Stop.
I'll beat you. Go Phils.
Go Phils.